right. Well, hey, everybody. I'm Nate from the band Shiny Shiny Black, and this is my Wednesday workshop video series, and we're having a good time doing them here. I'm here with Charlotte, who's running the second camera today, and we're just going to go through another piece of my guitar pedal board and kind of have a little discussion about what this particular piece is and why I have it on the board. But first, if you've been enjoying our content here on the Shiny Shiny Black YouTube channel, please click subscribe, switch the bell icon to notifications for all so that you get every video that we put up. And of course, leave a comment if you think this is interesting or dumb or whatever. If you want to talk about your dog, that's fine. We like talking to people. People are nice. People are people, and we relate to them. So, anyways, I hope you're having a good day, and gonna kind of go through some things here. These Wednesday workshop videos are designed really to kind of give you some inside information on how I'm thinking about the guitar and, well, about music creation in general. I've been going through a series of videos kind of walking pedal by pedal through my pedal board and explaining why they're there, what I'm using them for, and hopefully opening some thought-provoking topics. So today's is going to be about boost pedals. And you may not know this about me, but I run front of house as a live audio engineer for the past 20 years, in addition to being a performing musician. And one of the things that I really began to discover was that too many bands, especially more amateur bands, although that's not always the case, rely on the sound operator to make their levels appropriate, basically to mix the band, which is on the face of it so what the job is of the mix engineer. But the problem is, unless you're really, really fortunate and doing really, really well in the music industry, you are not able to work with your own audio engineer for most of the time. Most of the time, you're going to be walking into a venue and you're going to be working with somebody you've never worked with before. And chances are, unless they've seen you before, unless they're a big fan of your music, which is like a maybe 5% chance, then they probably haven't heard your music before at all. And they don't know how it goes, and they don't know what parts of the music to feature. What parts of it are supposed to be accentuated to make the show exciting. In other words, they don't know how to present your music to the audience. And a lot of bands don't do a very good job of self-balancing. In other words, if you could turn the PA off, does the band sound like the band? And are the elements that are supposed to be presented louder or quieter actually doing that? And I was running sound for quite a while, and I started noticing that certain bands had that part of things sorted out much better than the others. And one of the things I really began to notice is that especially soloists, whether it's a lead guitar player or a lead keyboard player, maybe even a saxophone, whatever they are, that were really good, knew how to pull back when they weren't supposed to be the feature, and then come forward in the mix when it was time to be featured. And that led me onto a journey of discovery, which led me to boost pedals. And basically the real deal for me here is that when I'm playing rhythm guitar like this, I want that to be there. I want it to be present and filled in, but it's not supposed to be forward, right? It's supposed to be kind of setting back just a little bit behind my vocal. But the reality is then, I think I got a real clue to this actually running sound for in a blues venue where a lot of these old school guys were coming in and they were using the volume knob on their guitar. And they would have their amp just set really, really loud, but then they would barely use it most of the time. But man, when they would take a solo, it would fill the room. They would turn that volume knob up and really, oftentimes it was, percentages louder than their vocals would be in the mix. And it really created a lot of excitement. It was kind of a thrill. And that really taught me how a soloist should sound. When they step forward, they should be at least as loud as the lead vocal, if not even maybe a little more, depending on the style of the band. Of course, this is a generalization. Not everything is supposed to be like that, but as a standing rule, that's a good approach. And so that really began to help me understand when a guitar player was taking a solo and they didn't boost themselves, how to push them forward in the mix. And what I noticed immediately was that when I was mixing for live, and I would push the guitar solo forward or the sax solo forward or the keyboard solo forward like that, that the audience would react. They would really get excited. They would start moving around more. They'd start expressing themselves more. And that became a really, really revelatory thing for me. Now, when I started in Shiny Shiny Black, I was playing a kick drum and I was singing and sometimes running a drum machine and also trying to do all of my pedal board effects at the same time. It was a lot. And I was not really comfortable enough on the guitar at the time, and definitely not while also trying to become a better singer. So I'm focusing on two things, plus playing a kick drum, plus you get it. I needed an easy button, if you will, to be able to just punch that button and have my guitar at exactly the volume I wanted it to be for my solos and then come back, right? And so that's where I got into the Boost. And I've tried a bunch of different ones over time. So this one right here is the one I've landed on. And this is the Keeley Katana Boost. And it's pretty famous. Guitar players like John Mayer have used it pretty extensively. I didn't know that. I found that out way after the fact of when I had been using one. This is, I think, my second or third one that I've owned. But I really like this one. They were discontinued for a while, but they're back available. And this is the custom Sweetwater colorway. It's pretty cool. So anyways, what I really like about it is that it's very loud. Like I can really boost the volume. And it does not affect the tone of my guitar at all. So I'm going to turn it on here. So here's my clean tone. Pretty basic. All right. And then I'm going to turn this on, but I'm going to turn it all the way down. So nothing but so it actually can go negative. So you can hear if I've got it at the kind of the unity spot. It really is not affecting the sound of the guitar at all. It's just clean, which is fantastic. That's exactly what I wanted. So then when I push it up, now if I play some rhythm guitar, and then I boost it, so it just really pushes the volume of the guitar up there real nice and loud. Now, you're just hearing basically this the double barrel Daryl, the double barrel, the JHS double barrel. I'm using the Morning Glory side of it. So if I turn that off, this is really, really loud. I actually turned this. This is actually down a little bit because I want a certain amount of headroom for this, my amp, to not get pushed into the point where it's already really distorted. So I have a ton of headroom so that I can really make this solo boost pop out. And I will typically have a little bit of slap delay, like that. And maybe a little reverb. So just a really nice big sound. Yeah, oftentimes I'll maybe have a little delay on top of that. So the nice thing about this, so just so we're following along here at home, going back here to the fuzz pedal, the circuit goes, the guitar enters here, goes to here, goes across over to here, then hits my tuner pedal, and then goes down below to a splitter before it hits any of the time-based or modulation effects. And the reason for that is, like, particularly here with this long delay, if I hit this, you can hear how it kind of sweetens up the delay. Gives a real nice signal, makes it just sound fantastic. And one thing is that if this was after the delay, it would kind of blow it up and make it sound really, really crazy, which could be a cool sound, obviously, but that's not typically what I want. So anyways. All right, so that's that, and hopefully that informs kind of at least not just how to make the guitar sound really awesome for me, but also how to make sure that my sound person is not guessing about where the solos are. It should be really obvious and kind of really stepping forward, and also trying to make sure that the audience is hearing what I'm intending. So that's kind of the concept that informs all of this, and also kind of, you know, what I know how to do as a guitar player, but also as an audio engineer, to kind of make a special experience for the audience. So that's what all this is working at, and hopefully making it a really good time for everybody. So I'm gonna play us out now, and I hope you enjoy it.